Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto, and today guys we are taking a cheeky look at Ethereum, 𝗕𝗪𝗡, 𝗖𝗢𝗠 and some NFTs. There's a mixture of several things going on here, Chris, and ultimately affect Ethereum quite dramatically.
Did you say NFTs?
NFTs, Chris, NFTs.
NFTs, lovely.
Fantastic. So we're going to get into that, Chris. We're going to have a look, see exactly what is going on. And if you guys find this useful, informative, maybe a dash entertaining, do go ahead and make sure you smash or mash up that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, do go ahead and subscribe. By subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. Right, Chris, with all that said and done, shall we jump on over to the desktop and take a look at what is going on here?
Whoa, what a minute, Nick. Don't forget, I know it's not a Cardano video, but if you do hold ADA, then you can now stake in the Cheeky crypto staking pool with the ticker CHEEK.
Absolutely. So if you do, if you are interested in delegating your ADA and you're an ADA holder, do check out Ask Delegate to our Cheeky Crypto staking pool, Chris. It's fantastic. It's only recently launched, but we are looking forward to minting lots of fresh blocks over in the Cardano world. Right, let's jump on over, Chris, to 𝗕𝗪𝗡, Ethereum, NFTs, 𝗖𝗢𝗠. Let's take a look.
Yeah, lots going on, Nick. Let's get into it.
Absolutely. So 𝗕𝗪𝗡 attracts NFT collectible game Avagochi. So I guess that's a bit of a pun on the Tamagotchi from years gone. But let's take a look at some of these key takeaways, right? So 𝗖𝗢-backed NFT game, Avagochi, will no longer be launched on Ethereum due to those high gas fees. This is something that we've been talking a lot about during our live streams, Chris, all about how Ethereum is going to become a victim of its own success. And it's starting now. You can start to see a lot of projects just say, no, we've had enough of this, and are moving elsewhere. So the team has decided to migrate Avagochi over to 𝗕𝗪𝗡 instead. Other NFT trading platforms like Axie Infinity and OpenSea have also turned to alternative platforms. So quite clear to see that Ethereum is struggling, not only to attract new business, but also keep their existing business as well, because we've also had the same news that's coming up and being discussed around Celsius potentially looking at alternatives to Ethereum, because why pay all those ridiculously high gas fees when you just don't need to? So let's get in to see what else is going on here. So Avagochi has decided to go live on 𝗕𝗪𝗡 rather than Ethereum due to the latter's high fees, and that came from a recent tweet from the project. So the trading game chooses 𝗕𝗪𝗡. Avagochi is a trading game that resembles the Tamagotchi line of toys from the 1990s. And I do think there's going to be many of us, Chris, that remember the Tamagotchis of ages gone. So unlike the real-world counterparts, Avagochis carry value in the form of staked tokens and wearables. So they can be traded just like any other blockchain token. And this is a real I guess 20th century kind of 21st century kind of like way of thinking of Tamagotchi, and it's fantastic. So Avagochi's team originally planned to launch the game on Ethereum within the first week of January 2021. However, high fees became an issue. To counter that problem, the team chose to move to the 𝗕𝗪𝗡 network after a community vote on Discord. And I guess, Chris, you're happy to be invested in 𝗕𝗪𝗡 right now.
I am, yeah. It's fantastic. Always knew that it was going to be one of those projects that did very well. Yeah, been in it a while now, Nick, to be fair.
Yeah, absolutely. So the team said that 𝗕𝗪𝗡 network was the right choice given its suitability for apps that depend on non-fungible tokens. So 𝗕𝗪𝗡 is a fast-growing, secure Layer 2 sidechain with an ever-increasing network effect. So especially for NFTs, explained the Avagochi lead developer Daniel, aka Coder Dan. I like that. So 𝗕𝗪𝗡 will, help the team achieve high transaction throughput and very low transaction fees, according to Dan, or Coder Dan. It means no gas fees, fast transaction confirmations, and a great gaming experience, all the things we believe Avagochi deserves. So absolutely fantastic stuff, right? So skyrocketing Ethereum fees. Ethereum's high transaction volume coupled with Ether pricing crosses $1,000 for the first time in 3 years has made the blockchain very expensive for app developers. So just a few days ago, ETH gas fees skyrocketed to more than 400 GWEI, and that's about $10, right? So very, very expensive to be transacting on Ethereum. Which the Avagochi team wrote was beyond its acceptable threshold. So Avagochi is not the only crypto collectible game which decided to move to a layer 2 scaling solution. Recently, Axie Infinity announced its own layer 2 blockchain called Runin to avoid Ethereum's low throughput. Okay, and elsewhere, OpenSea, one of the largest NFT marketplaces, has decided to move to Matic. So this is like serious, players are ditching Ethereum effectively. And, if Celsius go as well, I think it's going to be a bit of a domino effect. So Ethereum really is becoming a victim of its own success in many ways. So upcoming scalability improvements from Ethereum 2.0 could resolve this problem. But, we're having to wait many years for that. So in the meantime, the migration is a viable solution for developers. And we're going to see a lot more of it, really, as time progresses. So let's take a look at the Ethereum chart, Chris, right? And we can see exactly what's been happening here ever since kind of, the end of 2020 and the price discovery that Ethereum has been having. Obviously, driven from an alt season that we're kind of all expecting, right? So manageable fees to a degree. Down here, I mean, ultimately, if you're building a project in 2020, you are enjoying relatively okay fees. And then, the August hit and we had big price hikes on the fees. And then it kind of stabilized for a little bit. But now we're in, territory where it is going to become very, very difficult. So we obviously set that new all-time high back on the 25th of January, slightly higher than the older all-time high. And ultimately, we're expecting this thing to potentially reach upwards to $3,000 relatively shortly. And lots of different analysts out there and people in the crypto space are predicting much higher Ethereum pricing, such as Chris here. You're thinking $8,000, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah, and I've been saying this for a long time, right? And it's almost like, when I came out saying $8,000, a lot of people were like, "What? You crazy?" But now it's like, people seem much more comfortable with an 8,000 ETH prediction, and there's now predictions out there saying 50, 100. I mean, I've seen sillier, predictions, but for me, and yourself, I know you aligned to it. I kind of feel like ETH's going to do really well before it sort of undoes itself with the high fees, and you're actually starting to see others on YouTube and on Twitter sort of, I don't know, getting up to speed with what we've been saying for quite some time now, Nick, it would appear.
It would appear so, yeah. So as you can see on this chart in front of us, we have a Fibonacci retracement, right? This goes from that low level down here on the 23rd of December and the high level that we have on the 19th of January. We can obviously see on this Fibonacci that we came down and we tested multiple levels, and we obviously broke through here and set a new all-time high on the 25th. Now, a part of this Fibonacci retracement, I have the extensions enabled, and these extensions show us what kind of prices we could be expecting Ethereum to go to. These are key areas from a mathematical point of view. So if we look at the 1.618 Fibonacci level, this is indicating $1,966. That's only the very first price target though for Ethereum, okay? And it can go much, much higher than that. So the second price target we are talking about here is 2,827, okay? And again, this is an area that would become very, very unmanageable for many, many dApps that are running on Ethereum. But still, that is not the top end, right? As Chris is indicating, they're talking about potentially 8,000, 10,000. And if you're Ivan, you're talking about $100,000 Ethereum, right? And that becomes so unrealistically impossible to actually have a functioning network on. So if we look at that third price target, we're talking about 3,687. And then at the top end of our extensions, we're looking at that 4,200, right? But again, that's just Fibonacci based on this low level here and this high level here. If we were to reset that Fibonacci to the entire bear market, we get those much higher price predictions. But for this channel, we like to try to take it by bite-sized chunks and see if we can hit those milestones first and see what the data then suggests from there, rather than just going straight in at those higher numbers as price targets. Let's take bite-sized chunks out of this thing. So going forward with Ethereum, it's definitely going to be very, very difficult for many dApps as this thing starts popping towards that, alt season that we're expecting just around the corner. And Ethereum is going to really seriously struggle to keep up with keeping existing business and attract new business as well. So anything you want to add, Chris?
Only the fact that I am invested in ETH, and I do think it's going to do better before it kind of starts to lose a chunk of its market share to the likes of Cardano, which is my favorite to get quite a large chunk, or Polkadot, another project that we're invested in, right? And I guess it all boils down to, like we've been saying for a long time, whether it manages to resolve the issues with the fees and my head's gone blank.
Yeah, ultimately, if the Ether fees, do not become stabilized, businesses will just ultimately leave, because it's a business that they're operating on the Ethereum network, and business decisions will have to be made, executive decisions will have to be made as to whether or not it is viable to continue business in an environment where the fees become realistic, unmanageable, and beyond the thresholds that were set by the developers. So as always, guys, if you found this useful, informative, do go ahead and mash up that like button for Chris. He really does appreciate it. And if by chance you are not yet subscribed to the channel, do go ahead and subscribe. And by subscribing, you will be kept up to date with all the videos and live streams that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. And as Chris said earlier, if you are an ADA holder and not yet delegating, do go ahead and delegate. But even if you are delegating and looking for something fresh, something different, and do consider delegating your ADA to our Cardano staking pool under the ticker of Cheek. And with all that said and done, Chris, we hope everyone has a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all in the next one.
Yeah, take care.